Mic check 1 2 1 2. Mic check 1 2 1 2. What's good? It's your boy the Blackest of Mics, aka the Black Mic, and this is the Black Mic TV. And in this video, we're going to be talking about what an EQ is. EQ simply means equalizer. We're going to be breaking down, demystifying it, taking a lot of the guesswork out of what this is and how to use it. So stick around. Fire! Okay, so EQ or equalization is the process of adjusting the level or amplitude of specific frequencies to achieve a clear and balanced mix. Why do I need to know this? You need to know this because if you're watching this video, you're trying to get your vocal chain right and understand what these different items are. We get music from different places, different frequency ranges, and we always want to make sure that our vocals, specifically if we're talking about vocals, that our vocals sit right in the mix. We need to know where that range, where the dominant frequencies, where the frequencies that we might be lacking within our voices that we might want to bring up, bring down, or manipulate, however, adjusting to sit in the mix in the best way. So before we move forward, what we need to understand is what frequencies can we hear? So it is a fact that human beings hear between 20 hertz to 20 kilohertz, give or take, because everybody's range of hearing is different. But predominantly, this is and has been the human frequency range response. 20 hertz all the way up to 20 kilohertz. So in this video, we're going to be breaking down the different frequency ranges, starting from the lowest to the highest. So the first frequency range we're going to discuss is 0 to 50 hertz. To be honest, this is unnecessary when it comes to vocals. A lot of rumble happens when you move the microphone. You hear that. This is a sub frequency. This is something that can be felt more than it can be heard. The next frequency range is going to be from 50 hertz to 200 hertz. And this right here is where a lot of the warmth happens, a lot of room resonance build up comes in the head. So you want to make sure that you're careful with what you boost or cut within this area, because this area does have a lot of information that may be crucial to the sound that you're trying to go for. But this, what lives in this area is a little boomy bass area, not sub, because we went through subs, that gives you that lower register that picks up your voice. So this is the more bassy area of the vocal part. Okay, that moves on to the next frequency range of 200 hertz to 600 hertz. And around this frequency range, when it comes to vocals, a lot of nasal sound, you can hear a lot of that. Or you can hear, a voice can tend to be boxy, right? But again, when it comes to equalization, you can manipulate each of these frequencies. So just knowing what frequency range kind of causes certain characteristics, if a vocal that you're getting has that characteristic, you can tame it with manipulating the frequencies by attenuating or boosting that frequency. And again, that is the nasally, boxy sort of area. Before we continue with this video, I wanted to say thank you for watching. And if you are getting some value out of this video, please hit me with that thumbs up. That helps with the algorithm so that YouTube can send you more videos like this of me or anything related to this subject. It just helps with the overall growth of the channel, and I thank you for that. By the end of the video, hopefully you're thinking about subscribing. So without further ado, so this next range is 600 hertz to 4 kilohertz. Now, if boosted at a wide band, your voice becomes more bright, more clarity within that, right? You can hear a little more high mids within this section, but always be careful because it happens a lot. People tend to overdo it. But again, it's your ear, your discretion. Mixing is a subjective thing. It's all about your ear, but always be careful because this can be a problematic area. And when you're messing around, sometimes by brightening it up can excite your ears. It might not be better and it might not call for the mix, but yeah, you'll get a different revival once you brighten things up. So just be careful around this frequency range of 600 to 4K to not overdo it. So this next frequency range is 4 kilohertz to 8 kilohertz. And this is where you get a lot of sibilance. I was about to say syllabus, sibilance, right? A lot of S's, a lot of little crunchy, just real high sort of frequency. This is what you don't want to play with, right? It can get real crazy. So a lot of times what I tend to do is whenever it gets too crazy, rather than just duck the EQ band or, just put a dip or attenuate within this frequency, there's something called a De-Esser. And a De-Esser essentially is a compressor specifically for this frequency. So it attenuates whenever you say a word with an S, it sounds too harsh, it sounds too high, it ducks down the volume, it pushes the volume down so that it sounds a lot clearer, and these S's become a lot more tame. But we're gonna get into that in a further video when we're gonna talk about compression. But yes, that's what a De-Esser is. It helps in this frequency. I tend to start my De-Essing around 6-7K. Start that there and just, kind of ease up with the threshold just to tame it, but not to the point where it sounds unnatural. But again, this frequency range is about sibilance, the S's, the S sound, and not attacking your ears because it could sound crazy. All right, so the last frequency range is from 8K and beyond, right? This is a more shimmering, this is super high. It adds air to a mix at times. Again, like I said, the frequency range between humans are 20 Hertz to 20K. You're not really gonna hear 20K like that. Around this 8K and up, it's the shimmer. It's some of those things that can be felt. It's a frequency range that is more so felt. It heard, but it's more so felt, and it really doesn't do too much for your vocals. When it comes to your vocals, it's really like hi-hats and other ambient noises can be heard up there in that frequency range, but it's not super important for your vocals. Your vocals really don't reach that range like that, but more so like the sounds, something like that is in that frequency range, shakers and so on and so forth. Not really important, but just knowing and breaking down all of the different parts within this range. So yeah, not super important for vocals, but necessary to know in the grand scheme of equalization between what we can hear, the 20 Hertz to 20 kilohertz. So ladies and gentlemen, that about wraps up this video on equalization. I hope you guys got some value out of it. If you did, make sure you like, subscribe, follow me on social medias at DaBlackMic on everything. And again, stick around. We have many videos about production, vocal chains, and many more to come, talking about how I break down the vocal chain. So please stick around for that. And thank you for joining me. See you guys soon. This is DaBlackMic TV. Peace.
Fire!